half-cold coffee on a chipped old tray. Neon from the window stutters on your face. Trucks roll past, but this booth stays in place. Motel keep turning circles by your thumb. You talk about respect and how you wanna come up, but there's a black sedan parked under that sign. And a man like me don't sit here just to pass the time. You see headlines, stories about the life we lead. Suits, low voices in the front row seats, but you don't see the hallway at the end of the plan when the talking's dead and they send a quiet man. I'm the one in the glove, shutting down loose ends. I wash the footprints off the floor for your friends. My name ain't written on the contracts you sign, but the last clean line on the page is mine. So when you say you want the power and the roar, understand the door they keep me for. If you ever see my shadow cross your floor, you walk too far, you won't walk back no more. If I'm at your door, the talking's already done. I'm the last calm knock when the brave hearts run. I don't raise my voice, I don't need to explain. I just carry out the quiet side of this game. You chase the fire, you chase the war, but you don't wanna know what I'm standing at your door for. If I'm at your door, the talking's already done. Picture hallway lights buzzing one by one. Your boots by the mat, your day finally done. Suit coat hanging on the kitchen chair. You reach for the switch, feel a shadow there. I'm by the counter, tie straight, gloves on tight. Briefcase resting where the lamp meets night. You recognize my face from this very booth, and every word you brag tastes different with the truth. I keep receipts in a box in my head. Every quiet visit, every word unsaid. License plates, rooms, the way doors swung, all the little details that still hang on my tongue. You call it honor, you call it taking care, but the mirror each morning won't ever let you spare. If I'm at your door, the talking's already done. I'm the last slow step If you ever see my shadow on your floor, that quiet knock means your time is at the door. Silence, repeating the warning. The place that I run home has a code and a warning. Pulling in the morning rest. Pulling up a rope, eyes are wide, I feel you. Leaning on the driver's door, talking like a man for hire. You're so rough on that stainless steel. You think the road is made of luck and steam your hand, but its exits only men like me. Remember where we land. I don't run, I disappear. Leave no stories left to steer. No hard footsteps on the tile. No less shout for them to hear. I just fade beyond the line. Out of picture, out of fear. You can chase a crooked crown or walk away from here. But me, kid, I don't run, I disappear. There was a night cheap motel key hanging from a plastic tag. Suitcase waiting by the door, money folded in a canvas bag. My brother stayed for one more game, said he'd meet me at the sign. I watched headlights on the shoulder, none of them was ever mine. Vending machine in the corner, humming like a guilty prayer. Hallway carpet keeps its secrets, every stain a silent stare. I'm not your father or your judge, I'm just what you might become. So learn to leave a quiet room with your heartbeat staying numb. I don't run, I disappear. Change my jacket, shift the gear. Let the rumors chase a shadow that ain't standing anywhere. You can light your legend up, burn your name into the air, or learn to close a simple door like you would never hear. You can run into their guns, or you can disappear. disappear. I stand by the river, let the water pull me in. The city's whispering secret, I've been hiding in the wind. I've walked these streets, seen the shadows stretch so long. Now the past is catching up, and it don't feel wrong. Faces I betrayed, the promises I left behind. They're staring at me now, reflections in my mind. I made my peace, stayed out of sight. But every step I take feels like a fight. I see the city's ghosts dancing in the night. Moving through the shadows, always out of light. A man can't outrun the things he's done. The river pulls me deeper, but I'm still on the run. The city calls my name, but I know the price I'll pay. The ghosts won't leave me be, they're here to stay. I live in the shadow, but they're catching up tonight. I've been running from myself, now there's no more flight. I'm walking through the shadows, but I'm still in control. Pulling heavy, but I won't let it take my soul. I'm living in the past, but the future's on my mind. The city never forgets, and neither do I. I've crossed the line. A distant hum, the wind whispers my name. I'm thinking of the lives I took, the lies that still remain. I can't go back now, can't take the road I chose. But the shadows follow me wherever I go. Built this life from nothing, now it's all I've got. But I can't outrun the things I've lost. flowing slow, the shadows grow near. I see my past reflected, and I feel the fear. But I keep walking forward, don't look behind. The city's ghosts are quiet, but they're on my mind. I'm walking through the shadows, but I'm still in control. The river's pulling heavy, but I won't let it take my soul. I'm living in the past, but the future's on my mind. The city never forgets, so neither do I. I've crossed the line. The city never forgets, and neither do I. I've crossed the line.
You're sitting in a leather chair that's older than your name. Desk lamps throwing little halos on the paperwork and frame. There's a folder with your story, couple pages, nothing more. You keep watching that steel number on the safe and on the door. City lights across the window draw a map of what you crave. All those lanes and crooked alleys, where'd you hit? Dance school, think you misbehave. I just stir a cold black coffee, watch you hide a nervous grin. You came knocking for a favor, you don't know what you walked in. You see muscle in the hallway, you see gold around the wrist, but the ones who track the figures are the ones that don't resist. Every transfer, every package, every whisper down the line passes through a silent ledger with your column next to mine. I've erased a dozen fires with the stroke of this same pen. Turned a storm into a handshake, you could walk away from them. But the ink that saves your evening might redraw your life by dawn. Every rescue buys a foothold, every party needs a pawn. You think it's just a question, just a yes and then you're gone. But the house that never falters builds its walls on what you owe it on. I'm the man with the quiet legend, where your secrets learn to sleep. Every shortcut that you bargain, every promise that you keep. If your name is in my columns, you don't move without my hand. I'm the man with the quiet legend, I'm the gentleman who stands. There's a chessboard by the window, pieces waiting in their squares, knights and bishops in their corners, like the crew that runs downstairs. You might think you're just a rookie stepping once across that line, but I'm sketching out the endings while you dream about the climb. See this briefcase by my chair, see these files along the wall. They're the shadows of the men who swore they'd never ever fall. Some retired to a hillside, some just stopped returning home. Same ink wrote both destinations when they dialed my private phone. Money shifts like moving headlights, flashes past and then it's gone. But a debt sits in the margins, waiting patient, waiting long. You can raise your voice and posture, lead the crowd and play the king. I just balance quiet numbers and decide who keeps the ring. I'm the man with the quiet ledger, where your secrets learn to sleep. Every favor that you're asking cuts another number deep. If your name is in my columns, you will dance when I command. I'm the man with the quiet ledger, I'm the gentleman who stands. Yeah, I'm the man with the quiet ledger, calm and courteous and cold. When you finally feel the balance, you've already been enrolled. You've already been enrolled. You've already been enrolled. You've already been enrolled. Dash lamb is a cold, a classy consigliere, underworld accountant, a quiet gray zone gentleman, warning a younger and ambitious man in his boss office late at night. He that controls, that controls. Store behind the beat, and the singer is a cold but classy consigliere. You're gonna do my lawn, you're gonna do my nose, you're gonna do my touch, babe. I'm the quiet man upstairs, pulling strings you never see. You're the face under the streetlight, but the lines run back to me. When the ledger closes midnight, some names fade and some remain. You keep reaching for the thunder, I keep counting what you gain. I'm the quiet man upstairs, and I decide who walks away. Once I stood where you're standing, with a fresh cut, brand new shoes. Thought this city was a jukebox built to only play my tune. Then I watched a good
one digit in the margins, sliding out, not back again. Now the blinds cut up the skyline and the stripes across my floor. Empty glass beside the in tray, tired coat behind the door. You asked me for a blessing, for a shortcut to the throne. All I give you is a warning and a gray phone of your own. Walk soft, talk less, keep your name off every tongue. Count favors like they're matches, never strike more than you've got. When the room gets loud and laughing, that's your cue to walk away. Let the fireworks hit the rooftops, you just file their ash away. I'm the quiet man upstairs, pulling strings you'll never see. You're the story in the low talk, but the lines run back to me. When the ledger closes midnight, you'll be ink or you'll be air. You keep dancing in the doorway, I keep waiting in this chair. I'm the quiet man upstairs, where this city learns its cost. Yeah, the quiet man upstairs counts the winners from the lost. These streets with shadows for friends. City's been quiet, but I'm here in the end. The whispers are close, I can hear them real clear. The ghosts of my past are all drawing near. I've tried to move on, to leave it behind, but the weight in my chest is haunting my mind. I thought I could fade like a man in the night, but the past pulls me back, it just won't take flight. Fading whispers from the past, telling me I can't outrun what won't last. I made my mistakes, now they're closing in fast. The life that I left, it's the life I hold fast. Whispers from the past, they won't let me go. They're calling me back to the life I know. I thought I was free, but the guilt's all around. Now I'm walking alone, but I'm still hell-bent down. I've been a shadow, just moving in silence, making deals in the dark, in quiet defiance. But the silence is gone, and the voices are loud. The weight of my choices
tearing me down. I thought I could leave, but it's chasing me still, like a shadow I can't shake, or a debt I must fill. I'm haunted by faces, by things that I've done. No matter how far, I can't outrun. Fading whispers from the past, telling me I can't outrun what won't last. I made my mistakes, now they're closing in fast. The life that I left, it's the life I hold fast. Whispers from the past, they won't let me go. They're calling me back to the life I know. I thought I was free, but the guilt's all around. Now I'm walking alone, but I'm still hell-bent down. Every step that I take, I can feel the weight. The past won't let me be, it won't give me grace. I'm running, but I'm stuck in a trap I made. The whispers won't stop, but I'll keep running in vain. Whispers from the past, I can't escape. The ghosts of my sins are my only fate. Lamp on low in this corner office, curtains half drawn on the glow below, pages open on the desk before me. Every number's got a face I know. There's a key card by the ledger, suitcase leaning on a leather chair. Alright kid, I'm not the hero on a blank white page, so leave it hanging in the air. I remember when you came in shaking, soul still dirty from the far side blocks, jacket torn, but your stare was steady when the door slid shut and hit the locks. I put your fingers on the quiet figures, taught you how to move the flow unseen, how to make a problem fade in columns, how to walk a room like you on the scene. But every careful favor that we filed away put another quiet shadow on our names each day. I'm the quiet hand behind your crooked kingdom, the one who turned the bad into a show.
Kept the book so clean, the saints looked twisted, made the stories fit the way they had to go.
But this last line on the ledger is a knife for us both. It's the bill for every deal we let get made. So I'm closing up the file on our empire tonight, walking out before the balance has to be paid.
Safe door open in the corner, stacks like monuments against the wall. One old handgun in the felt line drawer, never needed it to make them fall. I signed my name on a single folder. Leave it where you're bound to see the mark. Hit the switch, hear the hallway breathing, but this room stays wrapped in office dark. If you find this when the daylight hits the glass, when the phones start burning through your hand, you read the cuts I buried in the margins, where the ground beneath your feet was just a plan. I pulled you off a dead-end intersection, made them bow their heads when you appeared. But I won't be the ghost that holds your wrist forever, when the weight we packed in here is getting near. I was a quiet hand behind your crooked kingdom, turning broken favors into stone. Stacked your castle on a moving ledge, and now the tremors running up through every bone. So this last line on the ledger is my sign goodbye. It's the cost of every promise that we played. I'm taking just this coat and this suitcase to the elevator, leaving you the chair and all the debts we laid.
Streets too long, shadows in the night, the city's breath on my neck, always out of sight. I made my peace with silence, it's the only way to live. But tonight I'm packing bags ready to forgive. The wheels keep turning, the city's calling my name, but I can't stay in the game. It's all the same, it's all the same. I've played my part, now I'm leaving it behind, but the city's breathing down my neck, always on my mind. I hear the train whistle, it's pulling me away, but the city's whispering, begging me to stay. made my choices, but can I really leave it all behind? The past keeps pulling, but I'm running out of time. I'm walking away, but the city will still call me home. I'm leaving the darks behind, but I won't be left alone. I've played my part, now I'm done, but it never really ends. You can leave the city, but it'll always be your friend. I've been the one to handle the dirty work, the quiet hand, the ones who don't ask questions, the ones who understand. But I'm tired, I'm ready to go, to disappear from the scene. But the city's always watching, it'll never let me leave clean. You think you're free when you leave, thinking you can start fresh. But the city never forgets and never gives up its grip, it's a test. I've played the game, but I'm done, I'm moving on. But there's one thing you should know, you can never be gone. I'm walking away, but the city will still call me home. I'm leaving the darks behind, but I won't be left alone. I've played my part, now I'm done, but it never really ends. You can leave the city, but it'll always be your friend. The wheels keep rolling, but I'm feeling the weight of every step I've taken and the choices I still hate. I'm leaving the city behind, but it's never out of sight. The past lingers like a shadow, even in the dead of night. I'm walking away, but the city will still call me home. I'm leaving the darks behind, but I won't be left alone. I've played my part, now I'm done, but it never really ends. You can leave the city, but it'll always be your friend. Close the door behind you, let the hallway lights go black. Take that jacket off your shoulders, drop the swagger, just relax. See this desk and all these folders, see this lamp in yellow shade. Every scar that you're so proud started right here on the screen. You come in from parking levels with your knuckles running red, boots still wet from some back stairwell, stories buzzing in your head. But the phone calls that you answer, they got cleared up here tonight. Every knock you ever follow starts as ink beneath this light. There's a chessboard by the window, pieces frozen mid-advance. You keep staring at the knights, boy, but the pawns don't stand a chance. There's a ledger in the drawer here with some names you'd recognize. Men who thought they moved like thunder, and now their footnotes quiet lies. See that revolver in the shadow of the frame upon the wall? its echo runs through all. You keep thinking it's the metal that decides or walks away. I just shift a couple numbers and your storm becomes my day. You want a seat up near the window where the city looks like gray. You want everybody under you to step the way you say. But there's a cost to every favor, there's a weight in every file. And the mirror in the elevator learns your secrets, learns your smile. Cause it's the quiet man deciding to do, not the fire in your eyes or the shine on your shoes. You can bleed for the streets, you can howl for the crew, but the numbers in the dark still belong to a few. I'm the calm hand on the pen that approves. I'm the quiet man behind you when you move. You can brag in the noise, you can posture and bruise, but in rooms like this, kid, quiet man decide what you lose. Remember that quick young runner who kept laughing at the rules? Thought his charm could float him over every hole we laid for fools. I just closed one slim briefcase, turned a page and wrote a name. Next week his favorite corner wore another family's flame. You keep talking about respect like it's a jacket you can buy, but the weight is in the choices that you never advertise. When you leave a door unlocked or when you let a rival breathe, that's the moment that defines you, not the blood upon your sleeve. I've been counting other mentions till the numbers blur my own, adding interest to their weakness while subtracting from my soul. I can hear them in the silence when the office song goes dead. All the faces in these photos climbing up inside my head. Yeah, it's the quiet man deciding the dues, not the flash of your rage or the cut of your suit. You can shout in the night, you can carve out a view, but the balance of the scale still belongs to a few. I'm the calm hand on the pen that approves. I'm the ghost inside the favors that you use. You can rise through the ranks, you can win, you can bruise, but sit long in this chair and you'll hate what you choose. Cause when the lights finally drop and there's nothing left to prove, you'll see clear in the glass how quiet men decide what they lose. Yeah. Blinds have opened, but there's city humming down the soul. There's a lamp throwing strategists and underworld accountant who draws lines in the ledger of the night, deciding who disappears and who survives, mixing gentlemen. Lungs have a silver chessboard, kings and pros waiting at the sight. In a younger man, directly. The singer is a cold strategist and underworld accountant who draws lines in the ledger of the night, deciding who disappears and who survives, mixing tongue. Using cackle words in the doorway, in the way they shake your hand, in the way the room fall dried up in the Big Bang by one day. But the real was in the moth and in the midst died. In the way I move to the edge, so the storm breaks to the side. I realize in the boat, got a dripper in the boat. I draw myself on the boat, and there's some book. You want suits and shade of windows, want the money without sweat. But the man who keeps you breathing in is the one who tracks the dead. You keep staring at that safe like it's a shortcut to the throne. But every code I punch in, there is a name I bear alone. I draw lines in the ledger of the night. I decide who fades beyond the light. I'm the quiet hand that never leaves a trace. If you wanna chase a crown, learn to love this empty place. I draw lines in the ledger of the night, where your triumph and your ruin look alike. You can chase a noise and neon down the street, or you sit here in the dark and learn the cost of every seat. Camera screens along the wall show the hallway, show the door. Security lights blinking softly like they've seen this all before. Your reflection in the glass looks like a younger, sharper me. Same hard jaw, same hunger breathing, thinking danger means you're free. Briefcase snapped shut by my ankle, papers folded clean and square. Little burner in the pocket, just in case someone comes there. I've got folders in this drawer with all the legends that you crave. Names of men who thought like you do, now they're whispers, not the brave. Listen kid, you want control, you learn to swallow down your pride. Learn to smile at men who gladly pull you under with the tide. Never gamble in a meeting, never speak what you can write. Never let them see you cornered, always cut your loss at night. I draw lines in the ledger of the night, balance mercy with a heart in sight. I'm the shadow in the doorway, counting breaths. If you wanna stand for years, better make your peace with threats. I draw lines in the ledger of the night, where the winners all pay out of sight. You can chase a noisy kingdom till it bleeds, or you sit here in the dark and be the one it really needs. I draw lines in the ledger, page by page. Stay stone calm while all the wolves turn rage. You can take this chair and carry what it buys, but you'll trade your sleep and face for this lamp and watching eyes. Still here, desk lamp burning in the corner, drawing lines along your fear. City's just a grid of amber through the glass behind my back. Security screens in the shadows, little worlds in green and black. My jacket hanging on the coat stand, sleeves rolled up, top pulled loose. ledger open by my elbow. Quiet columns, quiet news. You keep staring at the doorway, like there's something to outrun. I just tap my ring on the wood grain, say, sit down, kid, lesson one. I came up through smaller rooms with plastic clocks and metal chairs, counted envelopes in kitchens, learned which silences were prayers. I watched men with louder voices disappear when nights went bad. Learn that steady hands and patience beat the ones who brag they're mad. There's a drawer beneath this table with a weight you'll never see. Not a trophy, just reminder what this life once asked of me. Every favor that you call in writes itself across your face. Every secret that you bury leaves its shadow on this place. You think power is a spotlight, but it's just a colder room where the walls remember everything you whispered in the gloom. If you walk into this circle and still walk back out as you, you need rules inside your heartbeat, not the story sold to you. I'm the quiet at the head of the table. Eyes on the door. Move a room with just a whisper, never had to shout for more. You wanna feel like a legend when you cross this marble floor, but every step up that staircase puts another ghost on the floor. I'm the quiet at the head of the table. Eyes on the door. There's a chessboard by the window, pieces frozen mid-attack. I stopped playing when I realized every move just circles back. Cup of coffee gone, iron fingerprints along the rim. Little burn mark in the surface from a night that went too dim. I slide the ledger toward you, let you see those quiet sums. Names reduced to rows of numbers, all the ways the bill still comes. Say you can take this pen tomorrow, you can sign and take my seat, or you can walk out through that hallway. Keep your heart and keep your feet. Some men walk the crown so badly they don't care what it will cost. They mistake the fear in others for the peace of them that's lost. But the ones who last the longest are the ones who learn to choose when to stand and when to vanish, what to carry, what to lose. So I'm giving you this moment like a coin across the felt. You can spend it on the staircase or remember how it felt. I'm the quiet at the head of the table. Not by shouting anymore. If you walk away tonight, you'll never taste this kind of war. But if you stay, you live with silence and the ghost you're working for. I'm the quiet at the head of the table. Eyes on the door. Real power moves in a whisper, leaves its mark and nothing more. concrete hall. Room 23, key on chains on the peeling wall. TV of no crease on the bedside clock. I'm writing you a letter that I'll never let be dropped. Suit jacket folded over faded kitchen chair. Boots by the door, still laced from how I got here. Highway hum comes sliding through this thin glass pane. Tonight I'll leave this life before it leaves me in the flames. Double bag open with a stack of folded shirts. Brown envelope hidden in a torn coat seam that hurts. Revolver shadow lying long across the bed, like a promise that I made and never really kept. Gas station sign out, blinking red above the trees. Vending machine humming like a tired melody. Out beyond the overpass, a diesel clears its throat. Whole long line of bad decisions waiting on that road. You always said a man is made by roads he doesn't take. I'm choosing mine in silence while the whole world stays awake. I'm a last exit gentleman, turning off before the crash. Steering 30 crooked years in a one straight line at last. Every mile I leave behind me cuts my name out of the crime. I'm a last exit gentleman, disappearing right on time. I could put you in this car and let the white lines pull us through, but the ghost stuck in my rear view will start reaching out for you. So I fold your old photograph back in my worn out wallet. Touch your name like it's a trigger, I don't dare now to pull it. Parking lot camera on a rusted metal pole knows my face from younger nights when I came back cold. Now it watches while I zip this bag and kill the light. Leave the key on crooked numbers, close the door without a fight. No sirens on this highway, just a freight line far away. Just a diner sign still buzzing in the dark and endless gray. If I make it past the county where my own name can't be sold, I might learn to be the man you sketched in words I never told. I'm a last exit gentleman, turning off before the crash, trading every loaded favor for one tank and a map. If you ever feel a calling where the blacktop meets the pines, that's a last exit gentleman, riding quiet through your mind. I'm a last exit gentleman, leaving dust instead of scars. these streets with a weight on my mind. Shadows and deals that were never mine. Took the calls, made the moves, play the game. But now I'm tired of the things I became. The city's cold, but it's all that I know. It's a hard place to leave, but I gotta go. Train's coming, and I hear the sound. Time's up now, no turning around. I've done the work, I pay the price, but every choice just cuts like ice. I've been running for so damn long, but the train's here, and I know it's time to be gone. Oh, I'm stepping on the train, there's no turning back. Left the life behind, can't follow that track. I've been lost in the dark, but now I see the only way out is to finally be free. Finally be free. Heard the ones I cared about most play the part, been the silent ghost. But every step I felt it slip away. The price of power's too high to pay. Now the station's empty, just me in the night. I'm walking away, no end in sight. The train's pulling in, I made my choice. I hear the whistle and I can't avoid the voice. I've done the work, I pay the price, but every choice just cuts like ice. I've been running for so damn long, but the train's here, and I know it's time to be gone. Oh, I'm stepping on the train, there's no turning back. Left the life behind, can't follow that track. I've been lost in the dark, but now I see the only way out is to finally be free. To finally be free. It's all too much, but it's the only way. I've gotta leave, I can't stay. Whistle calls and I gotta go, leaving the past I'll never know. Oh, I'm stepping on the train, there's no turning back. Left the light behind, can't follow that track. I've been lost in the dark, but now I see the only way out is to finally be free. Finally be free. No turning back, no turning back. The train's pulling out. I'm on my track. Rolling down this highway, heading for the dawn. The rear view's full of shadows and my past is never gone. I thought I'd leave it all behind, thought I'd find a way to be free. But the further I drive, more it follows me. The road's a long one, but I can't outrun my mind. I left it all behind, but the weight's still there behind. I've made my choices, turned my back on everything, but now it's catching up to me like the wind that never sings. The miles stretch on, but I still hear their voices clear. I thought I'd be free, but the ghosts are drawing near. The city's behind me, but the past is on my tail. I thought this was escape, but I'm just running from a trail. I can't shake this feeling, I can't close the door. I thought I'd be free, but the ghosts want more. There's shadows in the rear view, I can't escape them now. I thought I'd outrun it all, but the past is still around. The further I go, the harder it gets to breathe. The shadows in the rear view, they'll never let me be. I thought I'd outrun it, but it's all still here with me. Shadows in the rear view, never letting me be. I thought I'd found freedom out here on the open road, but the chains I'm running from are still weighing down my soul. I'm looking for something, but I don't know what I'll find. Every step I take away, I'm still falling behind. The miles keep stretching, but they can't take me far. The past is on my mind, I can't outrun who we are. I thought I could outrun it, thought I could break away, but the past keeps following me, no matter where I stray. There's shadows in the rear view, I can't escape them now. I thought I'd outrun it all, but the past is still around. The further I go, the harder it gets to breathe. The shadows in the rear view, they'll never let me be. I thought I'd outrun it, but it's all still here with me. Shadows in the rear view, never letting me be.
leg you're often laying, exaggerate the obvious and the flickers and tower lights. Mid-range is sunk in the little rest, be calm and dangerous. Don't let it shadowy, no obvious sound effects. Male vocal low, mid-register, a little raspy, calm and dangerous. Starry timbre is fragile behind the beat. I came in through the back door, counting cash and paper bags, kept my tongue on a short chain, kept my secrets in my hands. Men in louder jackets, men who like to hear their names, sat under brighter fixtures, played a power, played a flames. But when the room fell silent and the last voice had its turn, they looked toward the darker corner where the bottom lines returned. I put numbers on the gambles, wrote the totals where they'd stay. You don't have to raise your volume when you on the final say. You're staring at the window, all the globe beneath your feet. You think power is the view, and now the city looks like heat. But it's the quiet man in the corner who decides what you will pay. I'm the one who keeps a ledger when the bright suits walk away. Every favor, every secret, every promise that you make comes and waits inside my notebook till the day it comes to take. Yeah, it's the quiet man in the corner, sets the line you cannot run. If you wanna wear the shadow, understand what you become. I've watched boys in sharper shoes, and you'll slip softly from this floor. Elevator doors slide open, then the names don't cross this door. Not from sirens in an alley, not from some loud final scene, just from debts they never noticed, written down in between. You think you're here for muscle and the rush of moving cash, but I see your fingers tremble from that first small piece of ash. You're still young enough to pivot, still a maybe, not a must. I can steer you toward this ledger, or I can point you to the dust. There was once a night I held this office key and code in hand, watched the numbers on the printer, thought of leaving what I planned. Then I heard it feed out pages full of names that looked to me, and I knew I'd built a kingdom made of quiet, hungry need. So he, the quiet man in the corner, when he tells you there's a cost, every step you take toward this chair is another piece you've lost. All the legends, all the rumors, all the stories of your mind end up written in the margins where I total up the night. Yeah, it's the quiet man in the corner, not the one who owns the room. If you sit down in the shadow, you'll be counting till you're tomb. station silent, only the trains hum in the night. I step aboard and the city's lights fade from sight. Left a life in the shadows, built from whispers and lies. But now it's all behind me as the wheels start to rise. The seats are cold, the air thick with the dust of old dreams. Can't look back now, no matter how hard it seems. I hear echoes of promises I used to make, the debts I couldn't pay, the hands I had to shake. This city's been a lover, but always in disguise. As I leave its grip, I can't stop asking why. I see faces in the window, memories in the rain, but they're fading like the shadows as I board this train. The tracks keep winding out, the city's just a blur. Can't outrun the ghosts, but I'm hoping they won't stir. This journey's mine to take, but the weight will never leave. The city never forgets, and neither do I believe. I'm riding this train, leaving it all behind, but the city's got a hold that I can't unwind. I'm running, I'm fading, but it's all the same. The city never forgets, and neither do I. It's in my name. Just fade into the night, but the city's got a way of keeping its grip tight. No turning back now, no more games to play. Pack my bags, but it's here to stay. The tracks stretch far, the air's getting thin, but the city's pulse will follow me like a shadow in the wind. The train hums low, the wheels roll slow. The city fades, but I know it'll always know. There's no escape, just miles between, but its whispers follow. I'm riding this train, leaving it all behind, but the city's got
regrets, and neither do I. It's in my name. That neon sign keeps buzzing over chrome and coffee steam. You sit there with your jacket creased, eyes wide on some dream. There's a road map on my table with the corners worn and bent. Truck keys on a napkin like a promise almost spent. Outside pumps stand like soldiers under humming yellow light. My rig's cooling in the corner, painted shadows on the night. You say you're heading anywhere with a smile that's thin and wide. I say, son, this road remembers more than anything you hide. I have driven quite a cargo where no questions touch the air. Watch the numbers on the dashboard while the law looked elsewhere. Counted stacks in rearview silver with the dome light turned down low. Left more names at cheap motel desks than I ever let them know. I learned which exits kept their secrets, which small towns would look away. Paid in cash at tired diners where the waitress knew to stay. Kept my story short and careful, kept my heartbeat small and still. Let the highway do the talking, let the miles enforce my will. Cause that white line down the middle doesn't lose a single night. And the dark beyond the shoulder sees the difference, wrong or right. I keep my voice low, my engine loud, my cold ride shotgun by my side. I don't need a flag or a crown, just a lane and room to slide. If you're gonna step into this world where the maps don't write it down, you better let your cold ride shotgun, or this night will take you out. There's a motel key still hanging on this cheap fluorescent ring. I could toss it in your hand and say you haven't learned a thing. Or I could fold my bill in silence, leave you staring at your cup. Let the lesson be the taillights when my rig is firing up. So I stand and drop some cash down, nod once at your hungry grin. Say the first rule of this highway is it always cashes in. Don't mistake a quiet driver for a man without a past, and don't outrun your better judgment. It's the only thing that lasts. I've seen strong men lose their edges, chasing one more crooked run. Seen a good heart drift off center for a stack that came and gone. Every mirror holds a shadow, every curve writes one more page. You can't bargain with the distance, it just marks you mile by mile with age. I keep my voice low, my engine loud, my cold ride shotgun by my side. I don't need applause or a name, just get your cold ride shotgun, or this life will cut you down.
Bedside lamp, paint peeling off a wall, vending machine humming, hallway TV blue with no sound at all. Your picture on the dresser, folded corner on the frame. I've been tracing every line of you like I'm learning my own name. Outside there's a lonely gas pump, throwing light across the lot. Truck tires rolling down the highway, chasing something I am not. I got motel air in my lungs and road dust on my skin, and this pen above the paper where I never know where to begin. I've ridden shotgun with some quiet men who don't know how to age. Sat in dining booths with bosses drawing lines across a page. Kept my jacket on the hook, kept my hands where I could see. Never let a shaking heartbeat make a bigger mess of me. Every favor had a number, every night a sealed envelope, every mile a little bargain with the dark side of my hope. You keep saying I could change it, trade the road for something warm, but I've seen what happens, darling, when a man forgets the storm. You think being strong is staying till the fire hits the door, holding on until the ceiling falls and you can't stand no more. But the only thing I've learned from all these rooms I've had to leave is a real man knows the moment when it's time to cut and breathe. So I'll leave a letter on the nightstand where your hand will reach at dawn. Every word a quiet warning that you're safer if I'm gone. I'm the calm behind the wheel when the road begins to bend. Not the kind of man you tame, just the one who won't pretend. If you ever doubt my feeling when the highway takes me again, read the letter on the nightstand that I never meant to send. There's a motel key on the table, heavy tag, chip, gold and paint. Suitcase leaning by the doorway like a tired patient saint. Boots lined up beside the bed, laces loose but pointed out. Fuel station sign keeps flickering like it's learning how to doubt. I can hear the ice machine coughing somewhere down the quiet hall. Someone laughs behind a door, then it fades to nothing at all. Put your name above the first line, then I cross it out in ink. 'Cause to keep you out of what I am is the kindest way to think. I watch men stay past their ending till the walls came closing in. Drag the ones they swore to shelter through the rust and through their sin. I don't need another witness to the ghosts that ride with me. All I want is you remembering I left you standing free. So I'll leave a letter on the nightstand where your hand will reach your dawn. Every promise in it whispering that you're better if I'm gone. I'm the taillights in the distance when the night begins to thin. I'm the man who keeps his coat and never pulls you where I've been. If you ever feel abandoned when the darkness comes again, read the letter on the nightstand from the man who walked away so you could live outside his wind.
Motel TV on mute, blue light shaking on the wall. Thin bed spread, a wood chair, cheap print of some waterfall. There's a motel key on the Bible with your name still in my head. Half-zip suitcase on the blanket, highway humming by the bed. Coffee cup on the nightstand, dark stain in a faded ring. Gas receipt in my jacket for a town that didn't ask a thing. I got your picture in my wallet, folded soft along the seam. You in that quiet little kitchen, eyes on me like I'm redeemed. But there's a number in my pocket and a favor coming due. Men who whisper in back rooms saying I should cut from you. So I'm writing you this letter that I'm never gonna sign, 'cause the safest thing I give you is to draw a sharper line. The road seen every deal I made, each shadow at my side. It learned my face, it learned my sins, it learned the way I drive. I'm the man that the highway hides. When the city wants my name, I'm gone between the lines. You can pound that door, you can curse this night, but I'm past that exit sign before you hit the light. I'm the man that the highway hides, rolling low and slow like an undertow tide. You deserve the ring, I dealt you alibi, so I'll let the get your ride. You remember that old diner where the waitress knew your teeth, chrome and vinyl corner booth. You'd slide in right next to me. Now that sign flickers in my mirror like a heartbeat out of time. Neon buzzing over strangers while I write you between lines. There's a car 3 miles behind me that's been there too many times, and I know the way to hunting when it crawls along my nerves. Men like me don't get farewell shows. We just thin out and disappear. We're the names that don't get spoken, but the stories still feel near. If I stay, the storm will find you. Track my footsteps to your door. So I trade the only softness I was ever fighting for. I'm the man that the highway hides. When the city wants my name, I slip through center lines. You can lock that door, you can damn this crime, but I'm past the question before they speak it twice in time. I'm the man that the highway hides, rolling into dark where all my debts collide. You deserved a life, I left you warning signs, so I'll let the road take me and erase my life. Yeah, so I'll let the road take me and erase my life. I'll let the road take me and erase my life.
Seeking power with gentleman gangster vibes and a sense of controlled menace.
Your shadow in the doorway, nervous fingers on your sleeve. You say you want a chair here, say you're built to never leave. I pull a spare chair from the wall, motion quiet, have a seat. Thinking how to tell you that this room says how your heart will beat. I started in the hallway with a tray and borrowed shoes, carrying glasses to the back, hearing names you never use. Watch the men who filled this office, how they listened more than spoke, how a knot could build a kingdom, how a line of ink could choke. They taught me when to turn the key, when to lock and when to burn, how to read a man in silence and not give his stare return. Now my pen is what they fear here, more than anything they bring. You think power is a weapon, I know power is what I ring. Once you cross this little threshold, there's no walking back out clean. Every number on this paper lives inside you like a scene. I'm the silent man in the back room. When the talking's all been done, I decide what's really settled, who still owes and who can run. I'm the hand that does the counting when the bright lights all go dim. You can walk in like a lion, but you kneel when it's to him. If you think you want this table, think of everything you'll lose. With the silent man in the back room, every choice is what I choose. There's a chessboard by the window, game abandoned mid-attack. Black knight waiting on the edge, white king cornered, can't step back. I slide the top drawer halfway, let you see the neat red lines, names and dates and little markers where the paper crosses spines. You reach out but never touch it, feel the weight and what it holds. See your face in empty margins where the ink is running cold. I say you can sign and join us, wear the suit and wear the steel, but this room will sign you back, kid, in a language you can't feel. Some men like the front bar laughter, like the sound of raising toast. Some men live to stand in doorways, playing loud and talking most. Me, I move in quiet circles where the numbers never lie. If I write your name in here once, it will walk with you for life. I'm the silent man in the back room, where your promises turn dead, where the handshakes you remember turn to terms you can't forget. I'm the hand that does the counting when your bravest mask comes loose. You can step in like a legend, but you'll leave with what I choose. If you wanna feel like someone, take one long last look around. With the silent man in the back room, you're the echo, I'm the sound.
Glass walls looking over streets that barely move. Desk lamp halo on a ledger I just proved. Found him pen asleep beside a band of
Calculator dark now, paper tape curl like tied hands. Blinds half closed, city blinking through the slab. Jacket on the back of that old leather chair like a ghost that never laughed. I close the book and snap the latches on my midnight colored case. Kill the light and watch our little kingdom vanish from this place. I was just another number man with ink stains on my cuff, counting freight and petty cash, saying when the pie was enough. Then they saw I knew the pattern of the money when it bled, how to move it like a river without showing where it fed. They brought me to the tower, gave me keys without a name, showed me which lines get reported, which ones disappear in flame. Now I sign the quiet figures that made loud men feel like gods, while I walk through empty hallways, memorizing every fraud. You can hold an empire in a briefcase by the handle. Every life behind these numbers is a line I choose to cancel. I'm the one who keeps the ledger in the dark, where the ruthless look like gentlemen on the chart. I make thunder sound like numbers on a page. Then every night I balance out the weight. I'm the one who keeps the ledger in the dark. Turn your sins into a signature and mark. You see power when you look up at the light. I see everything as plus and minus signs at night. Elevator doors slide open like a silent little grin. Floors tick by and glowing numbers counting down the ways we win. In the lobby there's a chessboard with the king piece set aside. I run my fingers down the firewall where our ghosts go to hide. Down in the concrete hollow of the underground garage, my footsteps echo off the pillars and the steel and painted cars. Briefcase riding shotgun, engine humming soft and low. My hand draws slow, small circles like the ones that never show. Some nights I see the city not as windows but as sums. Every window is an entry and a consequence that comes when you know whose quiet ledger holds the pulse beneath the street. You learn power isn't shouting, it's a calm, steady feet. I'm the one who keeps the ledger in the dark, where the ruthless look like gentlemen on the charts. I make thunder sound like numbers on a page. Then every night I balance out the weight. I'm the one who keeps the ledger in the dark. Turn your sins into a signature and mark. You see towers, crowns and stories in the light. I see everything as plus and minus signs and